Never ever give up. That has served me well for a long time, but it's also kept me where I shouldn't be, because sometimes the fear of failure prevents you from stopping, when in fact it wasn't really what you wanted to do anyway. And I've been there, and I've been in the other case where I will never give up until I achieve what I'd set out to do. Now this reflects a lot in my martial arts world with gradings. I'm a multiple Dan grade martial artist. I do study different styles, different systems, but I'm always ready to wrap a white belt around my waist and learn again. There's that much to learn. Even though I've been in it 30 years, I still consider myself an amateur. And a black belt is really just, for me, is just the beginning of a journey. You learn the competency of the techniques, for example, to get your Dan grade, and then you start learning. That's what I see. And it's always translated into my real life. So, for example, my last black belt grading was a few years ago with Jeff Thompson for my second Dan and his real combat system. And it was brutal. It was brutal. Jeff's got an uncanny knack of understanding people's strengths and weaknesses and then pushing the buttons on the weakness to see how far you would go. And if you don't give up, you pass. If you give up, you fail. It was always a test of character and mental strength and physical strength. So if I was fit, you'd go after the mental aspect. If people weren't fit and was mentally strong, then you go after the physical aspect. That's just, that's how he saw life and how he graded stuff. And my last grading was, even though I'm physically very fit, it was mentally crucifying. I couldn't physically stand up off the mat at the end. I'm not going into the grading, but the fact is that I wanted so bad. I thought I failed, but I didn't give up. I kept pushing, even though I could hardly physically move. I was still trying. And that's a dogged determination that I've had for a long, long time. It's getting me into trouble, I guess, in some ways, maybe financially or mentally, where I've never given up on other people, for example. And I think that was what the mistake was I made was, you can't help people who don't want to be helped. You can't lead a horse to water and make it drink. I talked about this yesterday. But that dogged determination of, my belief is greater than your doubt when it came to my clients. Sometimes they just weren't ready. And I had to learn to recognize that and let go. So it's not always about never giving up and being stubborn. It's about realizing what your goals or your purpose is in life and if it's congruent with what you want to do. But if it is congruent, then keep going no matter what. Ignore the naysayers. Ignore the people who say you can't do it. Because what are they doing anyway? All the people who've ever said that to me have never amounted to anything themselves. And that's not a judgment. It's just what I see. It's just a fact that I see. What I do is not normal. And I'm pleased it's not. I like to think that I'm trying to transcend this normal life. I don't want to be the 9 to 5. I want to inspire myself. I want to inspire others to live their best life. And for that, despite the financial issues I've had, I know I'm on the right path. On that 3 feet from gold. Resistance is strongest before a breakthrough. I know this. It's happened many times. This is no different. So every day when I feel any kind of despair or despondency about what I'm trying to do, I remind myself of my purpose in life and I am worthy of it and deserving of it. And if I just keep going and understand my intention and know my intention is real and true, then I'll get there and I will get there. I have no doubt in my mind. No matter what hardship I've been through in the past, it was the path I was meant to be on. And I like the analogy of, walk the path less travelled. And that's the path that I look for. where I'm challenged. Well, I'm not sure whether I should be doing this, but deep down I know. But all these external entities, all these other people and opinions, you doubt yourself. And it can be a lonely place. But if you've got the right help and support around you and have the courage to ask for help, then you will get where you want to be. Until tomorrow, see you later.